Hi all, Mark Longman here. I want to talk about opportunity and mindset, positive mindset and things like that. And look, my take on it, look, I've always been quite a positive sort of person, and I've always been able to explore the positives of a situation and try and, even when things are not going so great for us, in able to actually explore, okay, well, what am I going to do from here? What do I need to do to actually make this better? And so I don't sort of sign up to the positive mindset or the affirmation type concepts of if we believe enough and we're positive enough that change will happen and things will happen. So I'm not trying to dismiss that being positive is not important. I think it is important, especially when we're exploring options that are available to us. But certainly for me, I'm more focused on actions. Like me thinking positive about something and repeating affirmations to myself is not by itself enough to actually make something happen. And so I'll give you some examples. Like I've had a lot of opportunities that have presented to myself. I spent 15 years in the police. I joined at the age of 21. And at 35, I suddenly found myself no longer part of that. So I made the choice to resign and to leave. However, I had no plan as to what I was actually going to go and do. And so, for me, having a positive mindset is important, because I think, you have to have that to be able to openly explore a wide range of opportunities. But my point is that if I had just repeated affirmations to myself in the morning, and I'd just maintained a positive mindset that something will come my way, I don't believe that it would have. And, I was actually very proactive in making my next opportunity happen. So I'd been involved in training for a while. I'd finished in a training position at the police academy, and so I explored opportunities in a training context with training providers. So I applied for probably between 6 and 8 jobs that I thought I might have a chance of getting, and I got interviews for 0, none of them. And, I thought I had quite a good skill set. I thought I could do this. So I actually ended up then ringing these places that I had applied for to get some feedback on why I had been unsuccessful. And as a result of that, one of the places that I rang, they actually hadn't interviewed anyone yet. They'd just put this job, the job that they had and their job seeking process on the back burner for a bit. So me ringing was the catalyst for them to, they told me, said, actually, we haven't actually filled that position, and can you come in for an interview? And so I said, my being proactive in trying to get some feedback on why I was being unsuccessful and why I wasn't able to get interviews actually landed me the interview, and as a result landed me that job. So that was my first job from leaving the police. So this is why my experience has actually been that, yes, having a positive mindset and being able to identify opportunities in front of you as a result of that is really important. But if I relied on that by itself and I didn't actually take actions to make things happen, then I don't believe those things would happen. So, I was proactive in actually making the phone call to chase up some feedback as to why I had been unsuccessful. And as a result, I ended up getting that job. The same thing happened with my next job. I saw an opportunity and I applied. I chased that opportunity and I secured that next job. The same thing then happened with my next job, moving into the university sector, into higher education. I saw an opportunity and I applied. I worked hard at restructuring my CV, my resume. I applied. I had to go through the interview process. So none of these opportunities, were delivered into my lap. But on that, I still also believe that more opportunities come your way when you have a more positive mindset and when you say yes to things. So I don't believe that affirmations themselves work. I know that for some people they feel that helps to reinforce the positive mindset for them. So perhaps that's what that does for you. For me, I'm a firm believer that I need to take action steps, and that for these things to actually happen and to manifest, well, I need to put things in place so that they do. And certainly with the opportunities that have come before me, I've then had to take action steps and do things to make them happen. So yeah, look, that's just a couple of things that have happened for me. In I guess another sense was my personal training business. So I actually started teaching. I was teaching martial arts, and the whole way I got into the fitness business, into teaching, was that some of the mums asked me if I could teach fit boxing, and I've of course gone, yeah, I can do that. And I just jumped that opportunity. A bit like Richard Branson, he says, if somebody asks you, provides you with a great opportunity, say yes, and then work out how to do it later. That's essentially what I did. But in saying that, obviously, I had a martial arts background. I had done some boxing before. I was a martial arts instructor. And so that move into teaching fit boxing classes wasn't such a massive jump or a massive gap where I had no idea what I was doing. I had some idea and moved into that, but certainly probably the first 12 months of, if I'm really honest, the first 12 months of that opportunity, I didn't provide what I would say the best quality of classes, because, you only know what you know. And, I went on from there to do additional boxing classes. I became accredited as a group outdoor boot camp fitness instructor. I did, boxing course and got my fitness certificates and all that sort of stuff. So, these things combined with other opportunities, helped me to become a better instructor. But, me simply repeating affirmations or being positive that, hey, this will all improve, wouldn't have changed anything if I wasn't proactive about actually chasing those opportunities, chasing that development, chasing that next step. And so I guess my take home around that is that, I believe positive mindset and being open to opportunities and being able to actually look at and explore all the options available to you and in front of you, and embracing opportunity when it presents itself, are really important. But I think what we've got to understand is that has to be coupled with actions. And you can talk all you like about something, you can feel the right way all about things, but until you actually commit to something, until you actually step forward and do this thing, then in my opinion, I don't believe much is going to change. And certainly in my experience in where I've gone in my career and professionally with my own development, has been a result of me stepping up and stepping forward and pushing myself out of a comfort zone and into a new opportunity and taking the action to make it happen. So I guess the challenge for you, if this is for you, for yourself, is that, definitely be positive about things. If affirmations help you to maintain that positive outlook and help you to identify opportunities better, then you need to use that. That's a tool that works for you. But for me, it's that next step is that you have to actually put this into some action. You have to do something. And that starts simply with one step. What is one thing I can do today that starts getting me closer to that goal? And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the final solution. It doesn't have to be everything packaged up and all our ducks in a row. It simply has to be one thing. I've got to actually do something. And so my question is, what's the one thing for you today? What's the thing that you can do, you're going to go and do, that gets you one step closer to where you're trying to go?